So we got a new WWE Undisputed Champion, Drew McIntyre, who defeated Cody Rhodes with some assistance, but he still got the W in the 3 stages of Hell match. So what are your thoughts on Drew McIntyre now being the new QB1 of WWE?
I love it. I think the storylines was becoming a little too predictable, and now they're kind of like really expanding and experimenting. Like Cody right now has been hot, you know, and I don't think it's going to be detrimental to his popularity with him not being a champion. You know, Cody is Cody. You know, I think Cody is like solidified right now, and he'll eventually get it back. We know it's just bound to happen. He's just kind of like still the face, even though he's not behind the belt right now. We've been talking about this for a long time, bro. Like, I hated how they kept having Drew McIntyre just swirling the wind. You know, it's like they keep making it seem like he's gonna get his chance, and then it just don't happen or whatever. It's kind of like they were just kind of like playing with him. So shout out to Drew McIntyre. I think Drew definitely has the attitude. He definitely has the charisma. He definitely looks the part. And I'm just excited to see what kind of storylines they tie into him while he's champion. I'm looking forward to him and Randy like going against each other again. Who knows, man? Like Randy might get it from him, but just like we was talking about the week before last, like we don't want to see the belt move too much or whatever, because then it just becomes like, I don't know, it don't become valid no more if it just moves too much. You know, you want to have a solid champion, even if they cheat the win, you know, like you wanted to stay on that person for a little while, you know, like let them like fill out and see like what people think about it, you know, for a few months, you know, don't let it change hands so much, because I don't know, that kind of gets redundant.
Do you think there's a long-term plan, or do you think they were just throwing some shit against the wall to see how people react? Do you think that Drew McIntyre might be a transitional champion?
Yeah, I think so. But if I'm wrong, cool. I hope I'm wrong. But
right.
Like I said, just with him at LA Knight, man, I just feel like they just keep getting the shorthand a bit sick, you know, and give them guys a chance, you know, like see what they can do. Like I said, Cody's already hot, you know, we seen Jay hold it for a little while, cool. Seth had it for a little while, you know, despite injury, you know, but it was cool to see Seth have the title, you know, like bring up some new people, man. Let some new blood win, man. Like just let the Super Bowl, you know, you get tired of the same people winning all the time. Let's see some new people win.
I'm with you. Yeah, I was happy to see a title change, especially on TV.
I was surprised, bro. I was like, I literally was on the couch. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I was like, word.
Yeah, the rumor was, at least up until that show, the rumor was that they were going to try to do Cody Roman again. You know, we had a conversation about that months ago, and we did not want to see that again.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Yeah, that one is doo-doo, baby.
Doo-doo, baby.
Which is not saying that they wouldn't have a good match. It's just that how are you going to top the story that you already told?
You can't.
You can't. Because Rock's not coming back. That was part of the whole intrigue of the second title match, was the Rock's involvement. You can't count on the Rock. The Rock's unreliable. So unless they're going to do some magic, you know, a Roman Cody match for what? Just being the rubber match?
Doo-doo, baby.
Like, again, they've only had 2 matches, but they did such a good job with the story. Yeah, I want to see that again.
It's hard to top, man.
If that is out the window, I'm perfectly fine with that. Thank you. Drew, as the champion, as you mentioned, he looks the part. He has all the skills, all the tools, and he's been holding it down as a heel for the past 2-3 years, doing an amazing job. And him being on top and with Cody in the chase and everyone else gunning for him, it makes the show more interesting. Now, Drew did a great promo on SmackDown when he came out with the bagpipes and everything, and he didn't suck up to the crowd. He just said, hey, I got to thank Drew for this.
That shit had me laughing, bro. He was like, I want to thank myself.
Yeah. Which is great, which is what he should do, right?
Exactly.
You know, being screwed over for years. He's like, yeah, it's my time. I'm the man. And Cody, more importantly, I had this written to my contract. Cody, you get no rematch. You got to claw your way back to the top, which is good. Fitting for the Rumble, which is weeks away.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe that Cody's going to win the Rumble. We can do some predictions on that. What we shouldn't look ahead of is Drew's possible next contender at the Rumble. And it's between Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, and who's the 4th person?
Good question, man.
Why can I not remember?
Me neither. I drew a blank, man.
Oh, Damian Priest. Damn, Damian Priest.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Damn,
Damian.
This brother is cold.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Aleister Black feud, I don't think helped.
Damn, they threw all the bells and whistles in that feud, and I still didn't care.
They did, but just it lets you know we couldn't even think of them though. And we love you, Damian.
I love Damian Priest now. I was talking shit about him.
The invisible
bow and arrow. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that. But
I thought that shit was cool, man. Like you shitted on me when I said that. I thought it was cool, bro. This shit was cool, man.
Get the fuck out of here with that archery.
But I know you've never been a fan of like the supernatural things, like and especially when we talk about like Kane when he does like the power with his hands. You hated that shit too.
I mean, that's fine. It's stupid, but it's fine. There's only room for like 2 supernatural things, right? There's Kane and Undertaker. Nothing else can slide.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to do it with Bray Wyatt.
I think Bray was more like eerie than like supernatural.
He was spooky and creepy. Do you remember that match he had at WrestleMania with Randy Orton for the title when they had like the maggots projected onto the canvas? It was trash.
Doo-doo, baby.
That's when Randy went and burned down his little shack or whatever. Bray Wyatt was the champion and he was defending against Randy. That feud was trash. And the Fiend, the whole Fiend character was trash to me. I know some people may love it. His mask was cool as hell. But that Firefly Funhouse, all that shit was dumb.
Doo-doo, baby.
They had something, man, you know, but it was just, you know, when you have something and it just kind of like don't play out the way you really wanted to play out. That's what the Fiend thing was. Like I said, I'm with you. I like the mask and I like the, you know, the new theme music and the entrance was like, let me in or whatever. And then like his promos when he was in the Firefly Funhouse, I thought that was like cool and creepy or whatever. Like he'll be talking like, hey, how's it going, boys and girls? And then he'd be like, sometimes I change my personality.
Sometimes I'm a different person.
You know, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like the extra supernatural stuff, like getting set on fire and all that. It's like, all right, man, come on.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it was a little extra. Rest in peace,
hey,
man. We love you.
Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. But yeah, Damian Priest wasn't really supernatural. I just thought this whole Archer shit was stupid. Like WWE's fucking nicknames are dumb as hell. Archer of Infamy, right? Genius of the Sky, Empress of Tomorrow, the Beast Incarnate, the Charismatic Enigma. Are these dumbass names you would never say on the street? Oh shit, here comes the Charismatic Enigma. Oh shit, the Empress of Tomorrow. I like badass Damian Priest coming out with a Judgment Day, beating people's asses. Wepa. I believe that dude was a badass who you don't want to run into in a bar. And I still believe he's a badass. He's just cold because he went against, Aleister Black, who's on that dark, creepy shit. And it's just, we said all that to say he's kind of cold right now, out of sight. Not out of sight, out of mind, but just not top of mind. Drew and Damian had a great feud.
They did.
They had a great feud. So it would make sense for them to run it back.
Yeah, it ended weirdly. Like, it's like, it was just kind of like after that last match, it was just like no more talks about it.
Or the cage match?
Yeah. Like when he did the
concerto. Yeah, Damian clearly won that feud with that last match. But then, what happened next? Not much. And and Damian's world title run wasn't the best. I would argue maybe it was better than Jey Uso's.
Yeah, 100%.
I would argue it was better than Jey Uso's, but not that memorable. They got it off him pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
He had it like a month or two longer than Jey Uso did. He lost it at SummerSlam to Gunther.
Mm-hmm. Transitional champion, man.
Yeah. But also, okay, so the 4 contenders for Drew is Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, and Randy Orton at Saturday night's main event. A matchup that I like for a 4-way match. So whoever wins that 4-way match takes on Drew at the Rumble. I don't predict Drew losing in his first title defense.
No, he's not losing. No.
Nah. He ain't gonna be that damn transitional. Who realistically do you think could take that title off of Drew McIntyre?
Randy. But it's not gonna happen.
No.
It's gonna be close, but he's not gonna win. It's gonna be some kind of like BS that happens or shenanigans, and he's not gonna beat Randy Orton clean. Let's just keep it a whole band. Ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening, Jack.
As good as Drew McIntyre is at being slimy, as a champion, I really think he needs to be dominant, like Gunther, to be more believable, to have a prestigious title run. But he doesn't have to. He's really good as that arrogant, shit-talking,
Prick.
smart-ass, conniving, dastardly heel. But every win can't be him escaping by a hair. And every win can't be him cheating to win. I don't know if you want that tied to your legacy as a champion, storyline-wise, right? They can do it, but should they do it? Like for instance, if Miz was the champion, I don't believe Miz would win anything clean. Matter of fact, the 2 times that he won the belt was through a Money in the Bank cash-in, a sneak attack. But Drew, on the other hand, can be believable.
It can. But I think Drew just has that type of character where it could go either way. Like if he was slimy and cheat to win, you'll be okay with it. And if he was like legit and just won it just off his own strength, you won't be mad. He's just got that kind of, just that kind of character about him or whatever, you know, like, and I guess he just got to the point where he was like, when he started being dirty, you know, like hitting people with the, Claymore, like with their head against like, you know, services or whatever. That was him saying, you know what? I don't even care no more. I want my title and I want it right now and I'm going to get it. And I'm damn sure going to do anything I got to do to keep it too. That's how I feel like Drew's. I think he's on that type of time right now. Him saying, you know, I can be ruthless if I want to.
Yeah, I would agree.
Cause, you know, the Claymore, you know, by itself is like already kind of like a fire move and it's kind of dope, you know, just to look at. But him doing that was just saying, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to show y'all that I don't care. Like this is how much this is where I'm willing to take it to show y'all I'm not playing around no more.
Yeah. I think assuming that he was to get in the ring with Randy, maybe it'll be a ref bump or a ref distraction.
Yeah.
Low blow, Claymore out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, maybe. I think a better story would be Sami Zayn.
Winning the title?
And they're doing, yeah, but not at the Rumble. They could tease it. I think Sami Zayn, Drew would totally cheat to win against Sami Zayn. Because Sami Zayn, this match is in Montreal. The 4-way is in Montreal. So Sami Zayn's going to be crazy over. So we got a good story right there with Sami Zayn with his title aspirations and with Cody out the way. Possibly Sami wins the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia and then challenges Drew at WrestleMania and then takes the title off of Drew. That'd be a good feel-good story right there.
Yeah.
From a babyface heel perspective.
It would be.
Unless they're trying to get Cody back in the title mix for WrestleMania, which I would advise against them doing.
Something tells me, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna say that. I don't know no more, man. I have no idea, and that's a good thing.
I like not knowing.
Me too. And because we talked about that, man, like the same stuff back to back. We want a nice, good meal, not soup.
Yeah.
We want meat. We want pot roast.
Pot roast sounds great.
All the works, man.
Let's go ahead and rule out Trick Williams. I'm happy that he's in a high profile match.
Me too.
But he ain't putting a title on you just yet, sir.
No, he's just sticking his feet in the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting comfortable, man. But I will say, I got chills when he came out, man. Like his music bump and everybody immediately started saying, "Whoop that Trick." I felt happy as if I was his homeboy, yo. I was like, congratulations, man. Like you finally there, man. And it's sky's the limit.
Yeah, he's clearly over and he's a heel right now, but I don't predict that's going to be for long. Not with that theme music. Ain't happening.
Yeah. Who got a better theme music, him or Jey Uso?
Jey Uso?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. You're not beating Jey Uso's entrance. Nah, get out of here. It's not happening. But people know it. It's just catchy. It was popping on NXT and Booker T, doing his ad libs and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm happy to see him shining. I'm happy to see him propelled into a title contender scenario. Yeah. Not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But that day is not now.
Something else cool, like I didn't know about that, man. Like his theme music and the chant, he said that was organic. He ain't even do that. He said people just started doing that themselves, like the audience saying, "Whoop that Trick." Well, that lets you know that they're fans.
It works perfectly. So I ain't gonna knock it.
You know where that came from too, right?
Whoop that Trick.
Yeah.
From Hustle and Flow, right?
Whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised there wasn't no copyright thing about that either.
Good point. That's a good point. Well, I guess as long as they don't publish it as a song, again, they can't really like do a copyright.
Dude, you can't stop nobody for, oh, hey, audience, you can't say whoop that trick. We'll sue you. Like, you can't say that.
Yeah. But his entrance and his, he looks like a star when he comes out.
Mm-hmm.
He got the height. Wrestling wise, he's came a long way. You should have saw him 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, I remember. He was just kind of like, he was Carmelo Hayes flunky.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just kind of like, he was to Carmelo Hayes like Road Dogg was to Jeff Jarrett.
Yes. That is a good.
He was just a roadie. Remember, he was just a roadie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a good comparison right there. So yeah, his time is not now, but him being put in the spotlight is good. And I hope that they do that with Javon Evans, and I hope they do that with Obafemi when Obafemi finally debuts, which I don't know if it's going to be on TV or if it's going to be at the Rumble. But
he's on Raw now, right?
I think they're showing us vignettes on Raw.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Raw's the move. So I'm cool with that. Have Trick have a good showing, and then let him be a Royal Rumble competitor and have a good showing there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damian Priest, I'll go ahead and roll him out as well. Although I do think at some point he should get a one-on-one. Let's just say that Drew is able to hold on to that title past WrestleMania. I would like to see Damian Priest and Drew run it back one-on-one. But I don't think that story is better than Sammy and his chase. Like, how long do they want to delay this with Sammy? I heard one blogger, one podcaster say, wait till next year's WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. That's a long time to forecast out.
That is, yeah.
Especially with the injury rate, and Sammy's not getting younger.
Yeah. Do you think they ever put a title on him?
Yeah, I think so. I just don't know how long it's going to be, but I think so. I mean, Dolph Ziggler was a champion, right?
Yeah. Now,
they could do something simple, like have Sammy win Money in the Bank and do a cash-in and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But what's a better story? What's this year's Jey Uso and Gunther? It could be Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, who Drew McIntyre reminded us on SmackDown that they've fought 11 times and Sammy has 0 wins against Drew McIntyre.
Could have been him foreshadowing?
Possibly. What I don't want to see is the match and then see the match again, if that makes sense. I rather Sammy lose in Montreal, win the Rumble, and then get his match versus get the match, lose, and then somehow get the match again. Because technically, how can you? He would have to win the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Right?
So whoever loses the Rumble, a high-profile wrestler, they might go with that John Cena formula. Like, whoever loses at the Rumble, gonna win that Elimination Chamber.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rumble will give us a better outlook.
Yeah.
A better prediction.
For sure.
I think Sammy's a better story than Randy. Now, Randy's on a quest to get, his 15th, I believe, his 15th title. But it doesn't have to be the WWE Undisputed title. It could just be the world title.
Mm-hmm.
On the other brand. Because I would like to see Randy,
versus Gunther again?
Maybe. That's a whole nother can of worms right there.
I would love to see at, is it Night of Champions or is it like Crown Jewel? Yeah, Crown Jewel now. I would love to see McIntyre versus Gunther. That'd be a crazy match.
I mean, they've feuded before, but it was with smaller stakes.
Mm-hmm.
It was over the IC title, if you recall. Him, Sheamus, Drew, they had that 3-way at WrestleMania 39. Yeah, so I think Randy or Sammy would make the most sense. Trick's a heel for now, and then Damian Priest is cold, but a viable contender. But I'll rule those two out. Sammy or Randy. You're picking Randy. I'm picking Sammy. And then we'll just see what happens. Either way, I don't think Drew's losing that title on his first defense.
No.
He's going to take it to WrestleMania. He's going to shine. He'll get another defense at Elimination Chamber, maybe something on TV. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see depending on the contender he has at WrestleMania, we can predict whether he'll keep it past that. But I would like for him to keep it past that and have a decent run. It doesn't have to be a year, but it don't need to be 2.5 months either.
Let's get a man a few months.
At least have multiple title defenses. I think Jey Uso only had like 2, maybe 3, and none of them were clean victories for him, which pretty much tainted his title run. We don't want to have that with Drew. But if they do it, they do it. You know, Triple H runs the show, right?
Right now, you're checking out VSOP.
Hip hop and wrestling.